Hi, welcome to Fish Grind Poker. I'm Ben, a new Microstakes cash game player with the goal of crushing these games and moving up in stakes by studying, analyzing my sessions, and of course by playing some poker. Let's get into it. I just played a session this morning, just finished a few minutes ago, and here is my graph now. So it's continuing to go up, and if you look at my results now, I am up $12.15. So better than yesterday. I added another $2.50 or so from my last session. $2.36, exactly 100 hands. That was total coincidence. And then last night I played another, a very short session. I lost 18 cents, but it's looking good. You know, this again was a race, queens against ace king that I lost, basically. Other than that, though, you know, almost $2, almost a dollar, a little more than a dollar, $2.32, $3.45, $1.38, $2. So it's looking really good. Outside of this race, which kind of scares me from races anymore, but outside of that, I'm definitely heading in a upward direction or trajectory, and I'm not upset about that at all. I think the play is good. Yeah, I like it. So we will look at this one that I just played because it's the freshest, and I'm going to go back down to the very bottom. And the first one, my second hand, I lost 86 cents with ace queen. What this was a little bit of a unique situation. Let's bring it up and play it. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it. I'm in the big blind, ace queen offsuit, of course. So I forget which guy it was. So villain 3. He only had a 40 big blind stack or a 42 or something like that. I called. He re-raised. He re-raised all in. I called, and he ended up having pocket kings. So on its face, this doesn't necessarily seem like the worst thing. And if I would have just called and seen a flop, having top pair, top kicker, even with the sixes, I'm not going to put him on a six. I think the result would have been the same. With that being said, one is that he's on the button. So his range is super wide. He could almost literally have anything. Just that he happened to have kings on the button is not good for me. And of course, I'm in the big blind. I could have, you know, even more than he could. I mean, geez, right? Because I'm always getting a discount. So I could have anything as well. But the reason that I went ahead and went all in before, you know, pre-flop with this is too aggressive for sure. But as soon as I don't know if it was as soon as I was sitting down or if it was before I got dealt in and I was just kind of sitting in my reserved seat. But this guy, like literally the hand or two hands before, he went all in with 10-3 suited. I forget what spot he was in. It doesn't really matter. 10-3 suited is really bad. So I had seen this guy just make the most ridiculous donk play. And I mean, obviously, he could have done this with anything because I saw him do it. That's the reason that I went all in. So suffice it to say, starting out my second hand, basically down almost a whole dollar, which is 50 big blinds. Not a good way to start, but you know, I feel confident about my overall abilities, and I decided, you know, I like to play about 100 hands. I think that's pretty much, you know, where I like to. A lot of these are short because quite frankly, I was playing during work hours and I'm not supposed to, so not too much playing going on there, but I do like somewhere in the 100. It's just however much I feel, and I'm just single tabling, so Anyway, all right, so started out bad, continued to kind of go down, lost 7 cents, 8 cents, 7 cents. Here's the first time I made a positive play, which was 25-cent win with ace king suited, and this one was so I was on the no, I was in the big small blind. Either way, so the under the gun raised, got a caller. So in this case, I decided I was going to re-raise it. Now, this guy's under the gun. I don't remember who this was or what kind of play I saw from this particular person, but ace king suited, I'm going to 3-bet. And because there was a limper or an overcaller, or caller, geez, because there was a caller, I'm going to basically be, what is this, 3 times the raise plus this guy is 10. I probably could have done 11, but I wanted to see a flop. That's what I was hoping for. And if it turned into a race, ace king suited is pretty much a racing hand, so I was preparing for that. But what happened was this under the gun raiser folded, which is a little bit strange. What are you going to raise under the gun that you're not going to at least see a flop with? It's not like I raised some insane, crazy amount. So that was a little bit fishy. I would recommend do not raise from under the gun. He should have, either 4-bet me or called, probably. Anyway, here's the flop. Not really good. I got a gut shot. I got a backdoor flush draw, overcards. So I'm not really worried about it. I just put in a very small bet. I figured, I don't know what the heck he's going to have, but if he calls, he probably has, who knows, king 10, queen 10, maybe ace jack. If he re-raises me, or if he raises my bet, then I'm going to probably be thinking more along the lines of like ace king. I'm sorry, ace queen, maybe king queen. Who knows? Maybe even pocket jacks, something like that. But I just wanted to put out kind of a quarter pot bet and see where I stood, because I don't like this board. It's not the worst thing in the world for me, but his action or his reaction was going to basically tell me where I stood, and I could take it from there. And then, so not a lot else went on. This was this was another ace king suited hand. I did flop an ace on the this was a very passively played hand, because a flop of 3, 2, 7, and none of them were clubs. Like, that's not good. A 10 on the turn, like, this is terrible for me. I just got an ace on the turn. I probably could have played this better. I just played it really slow. Wanted to keep the pot small. Luckily, I hit an ace and I won on the river, but not really a lot to talk about there. Here I had pocket nines, and as you could see, I did hit a straight draw, or I did hit the straight on the river, but I had pocket nines on the button, which I think is pretty good. We see under the gun +1, did a 2.5. I'm going to raise okay, so I didn't. I called because I'm on the button. So I feel like, I'm in position. Let's see what the flop comes out. I might hit a 9. It might be a bunch of, middling / low cards, things like that. And I could still be, feeling pretty good about my hand. So the flop comes out there, 5, 6, 7. I have 9, so I have not only do I have an overpair, which is not the strongest overpair, but it's still an overpair, but it's also a gut shot. And this is a rainbow board, so there are no flush draws out there. I seriously doubt anybody has 8, 9 or 3, 4 or 2 pair. It is possible someone has a set with so many players. That's always a possibility, but I felt good. An overpair, a gut shot on a rainbow board. So this guy bets basically they bet, and then I just basically jammed it all in here. I don't know if that was the correct play, but again, I feel like I have really good equity against whatever they may have. If they have, I mean, they can't have queens or kings or anything like that because they would have played much differently, more aggressively before the flop. So I'm putting them on maybe ace king, king queen, jack, king jack, just some random big cards, possibly like an under pair, like fours or threes. And anyway, I jammed, and they all folded. No, this is I'm not so good at the replayer, but he didn't have a big stack, so he went all in with ace six offsuit. So first of all, I would say he raised under the gun +1 with ace six offsuit. Don't do that. So he should not have been in this pot to begin with. And then you hit middle pair top kicker. Facing my all-in raise or my all-in bet. What is he like this was just an awful play, and this is kind of where you can exploit your opponents. You have the edge if you're somewhat skilled, because there are a lot of players who are gonna go all in with middle pair on a very coordinated low board, but yeah, it just boggles my mind that people would play this way. Again, he should not have been in the pot in the first place, and he didn't have top pair, he didn't have an over pair, he didn't have a straight draw. He had really nothing going on, and I was in great shape. The straight came in. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change anything. But yeah, that was a really nice pot. And this is the kind of thing that happens all the time. So just, be patient. Don't get crazy with medium strength hands like top pair or anything like that. I'm kind of learning that one pair hands, just don't do anything stupid. And this was really stupid, and that's to my benefit. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I'll probably go through some more of them very shortly, but for right now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and or subscribe. Comments are always appreciated as well, but go easy on me. I'm not a professional. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.